Guys, you are at Burns Junk Closet. How are you today? Thank you for tuning in. Okay, today's a good day. Have a great day. Let's make today beautiful. You know how we say it here. Never stop dreaming, and no one is perfect. So, peace and blessings, love and light. This video here is going to help you and give you some tips and tricks on how to boost that credit score. We all need credit for something or another. So, if you want to improve your credit, this video is for you. If your credit is at a great 800, 900, these tips may not work for you, but otherwise, let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, so first, you should have to request your credit report. Okay, how you request your credit report is you can go to several companies. Some companies that you can go through are Credit Karma, which is a good one. You will get your Vantage score there. You can also use Credit Sesame, and you can use Wallet Hub. Those are some great ones. You can get your free credit report annually, one time a year, from annualcreditreport.com. So go there and request it and look at your credit report. Make sure everything that is on your credit report is accurate. If you have an incorrect address, you may want to call them and let them know, hey, this is not correct, please remove it. If you have items on your report that needs disputing, you will also need to take care of that. So make sure you are paying attention to your credit. Another thing I want to say with the Credit Sesame, Credit Karma, and Wallet Hub, they are more of Vantage scores instead of actual FICO score. So if you would like to have your actual FICO score, you may want to subscribe to Discover. Discover is an awesome company, and there you do not have to have a Discover account, but you can go to discover.com and set up username, password, and you will still be able to get your free credit score, your FICO score. Remember that, guys. Okay. So the next thing that you want to do is have a healthy mindset about money. You may want to study up on it, because if you have a healthy mind, you have a healthy body, you'll have healthy credit, because you want everything to be aligned together. So the next thing that we're going to do is, if you want to have some more tips, you can have an authorized user on your credit card. I do want to say that if you are the person that's going to add someone as an authorized user on your report, on your credit card, your credit history should be clear for 2 years. And what I mean by that is your credit score, the person that has the actual credit card, your history for 2 full years should be good and in accurate condition. So you need to have 2 full years of great history of on-time payments. So when you add on that next person, what happens is they are on your credit card, but they don't need to have the physical credit card. You keep that. It helps build their credit. So this works for children. So if you have a college student or a teenager and they're getting ready to go to college and you want them to have good credit or better credit, you can put them as an authorized user maybe on your card when they're in their late teens. This way when they get to college, they'll have a good credit score. So that's something really, really good. It helps build their credit, okay? The next thing I want to talk about is the inquiries or the payment history. These are things that are on your credit report that they look at to see if you are a good fit to receive credit from a bank, a credit union, or a loan company, okay? So these are the things that is required, and I want you to really, really pay attention to this because this is very important. So this is the categories that consist on your credit report. Payment history, that's 35%. You have amounts that are owed, which are 30%. You have the length of your credit, that is 15%. New credit, meaning if you just purchased something, that is 10%. And a credit mix, MIX, that is 10%. So what a credit mix is, different forms of credit. So you can have like a student loan, You can have a personal loan. You can have credit cards. You can have a house or a vehicle. So these are a mixture of credits, which is good, and they want to see this on your report. So make sure you have a mix and a good mix. So if you are a first time person who's never had a credit card, this may be a little bit harder for you to achieve. But if you keep paying your bills on time, you will get there. Okay. So these are some steps you can take to pay down your credit if your credit is extremely high. You can pay on or before the due date. So if your due date is on the 18th, you might want to pay that credit card on the 15th or 16th. You would get in this habit of paying before time and looks good on your credit. However, we all know life happens. I'm just like you. I'm a working person. So of course, we may not have $20,000, $30,000 sitting in an account. So if you're an everyday working person, what you want to do is take slow steps. Make sure it's an achievable goal. Set that goal that's good for you. Instead of setting it long term, 1 year, 2 years, you might want to set it at a shorter time and then work your way out. So maybe you want to first start at 1 month and then go to 3 months and then go to 6 months and then go to a year. So if you start doing it slowly, it may be a little bit better for you. Okay. The next thing you can do is call your credit card company and ask for a statement date. DATE. This here is when your credit card statement is sent out to the credit bureaus, which the three credit bureaus are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Okay, I'm going to go into more about that in one moment. But you call the credit card and you ask them for the statement date of your credit card. They will give it to you. So we're just going to say, they're going to say your statement date is the 29th. You want to make sure everything that you have, when your due date, which is a few days before that date, your due date, if it's the 29th is your statement date, your due date may be around the 24th or 25th. So you want to make sure that's paid ahead of time. The statement date is the 29th. That's when it closes. They send it to the credit bureaus. Hey, this person has paid this credit card on time, and this is the amount that they have available on their card. The standard is 30%. If you can do that, work with that. It's okay. Go slow. If you can do less, it is a little bit better. So if you can do about 20%, 15%, even 10%, that would be awesome. However, like I said, do not rush this process. If you are in debt, it did not take you a short time to get in that. It's not going to take you a short time to clear it up. So it took you a while to get into debt. It's going to take you a while to get out of debt. It's a process. You must trust it and you must do it the correct way. Okay, so these are some more steps for you. Every month, by way of your credit card, say if you have a Discover card, on the first of the month, they give you your free credit score. Now, this is only on credit cards. You get it free, okay? And that would be your actual FICO score. Most credit cards do it, not all, but most do, okay? And it is a perk of having that particular credit card if that credit card is unsecured. So normally with a secure credit card, you may have to call them and ask them if that is a perk for you to have. But for an unsecured, it will be on there most of the time on those. Okay. The next thing is take your time. Just go slow. You will get out of debt. I know you don't want to rush it. Just go slow. Go at your own pace. Okay. Again, payment history is something that they look at. How long you had your credit, the types of credit, the percentage of the credit limit that you have used. That's very important. You want to stay in that 30% range or lower. How much debt you have, and hard inquiries. So a hard inquiry is when you're making a major purchase. You have a personal loan, you have a credit card, you're purchasing a vehicle, or you're purchasing a home. Okay, those are hard. Soft inquiries are when you're just checking your credit on your own. It doesn't penalize you. It doesn't affect your credit score, okay? And if you do pre-approvals, most of the time, it does not hurt your credit. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention to that. You don't really need to get a credit repair company to repair your credit. You can do it yourself if you take your time, walk through the process. You have to be diligent and you have to just sit there and be patient. It will take a while to get you up to the score that you're trying to achieve. But don't worry, you will get there. It's all a process, okay? So I wanted to tell you a little bit about that. Also, to get your annualcreditreport.com, that is the website you will go to. They also have a telephone number. You can Google that and look it up. And make sure you're getting it once a year, which is 365 days. So once every year, you can get your free report. And again, that will tell you everything that is on your report. So for bad credit, if that's how you have bad credit, it was through late payments, it was through defaults, maybe charging off some accounts, collections, bankruptcy, foreclosures, and judgments. So that is if you have bad credit. And if you have bad credit, you take some of these steps, work the process, you will gain good credit. Okay, so again, it takes time to get out of this process. Now, 7 ways to clean it up. Awesome. You can negotiate large balances that you have on credit cards, or maybe you have a student loan. You can call them and see if you can work with them to help you pay it down. You can do the authorized user, as we spoke of. That helps the other person's credit to grow. You can open up new accounts. So this you want to be careful with. You don't want to open up too many new accounts at once, and you don't want to have too many inquiries on your account at once. You want to stay 3 and under. If you go to 4, but you want to stay 3 and under when you're requesting new credit, okay? But you do need to have that to build it. So, it's like you got to weigh it out. So take your time and do it. Maybe you start off with 1 card, you wait a year, then you get another one, okay? But don't try to get one in the first month, then go for another one 2 months later, and then go for another one 2 months after that. That's too much in 1 year, okay? So make sure you're pacing yourself. Try to start out with 1 card, take your time, get in a good payment history, get schedule of paying it and paying it on time, okay? You can pay twice a month. Twice a month is awesome. It's normally once a month, but if you can pay twice, that's even better. You can pay down a lot of your debt. So if you have a credit card and you have $300 and you pay it off, and then you have 2 more credit cards, the money that you was taking off on the first card, you can pay on those and pay it down slowly. But take your time. Remember, don't rush it. It's a process, okay? Clean up your credit. If you have bills like medical bills, maybe they're really small, try to take a few at a time and try to pay the small ones down until you can get to the large ones. If you have one that are $20, $30, try to pay those off. If you have credit cards, anything that is high in excess you want to pay down, take your time and do that, okay? So again, those are just some tips to help you pay down your credit. You can also start savings accounts. So if you start savings, you can take that savings that you have and take that money and pay down that. So stay tuned and watch for another video coming shortly on savings and plans that you can use to start your savings, like money plans and things of that nature. Maybe you can do something once a month, but that will be on another video. So thank you for that. Okay, so I think we are done for that. And thank you again for tuning in. This is Vern's Junk Closet, and this here is tips to boost your credit. You can do it. I'm rooting for you. I'm your YT cheerleader. I am here for you. So please stop back in. Check out the next video after this one. Please give this video a thumbs up, like it, Subscribe to me if you are not subscribed. I would appreciate that. And leave a genuine comment. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Leave it in the comments below. Thank you all for tuning in. And remember, today is a good day to have a great day. Peace and blessings to you. Love and light. And make sure you're working on your credit and you're taking your time. I love you. Love and light.